Now, what did you just learn about putting tape on the legs? Unless it's a stationary camera, never tape down the legs. And never move a tripod or start to mess with it when you got a $1,000 camera on top. You have to move it over here. Start doing this. Right, what happens? is. There's that sweet sound that only means one thing, that we are moments away from another episode of high school basketball right here on your home for high school sports, 810 and 810varsity.com. Well, it all comes down to this on Championship Saturday. The boys' side of the brackets, two very familiar foes over the years, Blue Valley Southwest and DeSoto High. And we are moments away from tip-off, but we have enough time to tell you exactly who's going to be on the floor to start things off for each team. First, for the visiting, if you will, Blue Valley Southwest Timberwolves coming with a perfect 3-0 record. Wearing the number 1 is Tate Everhard. He's a 6'2" senior. Jackson Bonzinski. He is one of the leading scorers here at the Hardwood Classic. A little bit quiet on his last game, but I suspect he's kind of itching to have another big game. 20.5 points is his average coming into this contest. Number 4, Alex Parks. He's a 5'9" jitterbug senior. He is all over the place and a lot of fun to watch. Dylan Dunn, 6'5", he's a senior. Signal caller on the gridiron, and he likes to run the show underneath when he has an opportunity here on the hardwood, wearing the number 13. And Emmett Peters, 6'3" senior, wearing the number 25. We're the Wildcats of DeSoto. Number 13, Jaden Lang. He's only a junior. He's 6 foot tall. David Coben. You know the name. You love him. 5'11". He's a senior. Gonna watch him deal today. Wearing the number 24. Baylor Bear Bell wears the number 25. He's a 6'2" senior. Blake Miller, also a senior at 6 foot, wears the number 30. And Max Johnson rounds out the starting lineup for the Wildcats, wearing the number 35. He's a 6'3" junior. And friends, we are underway. Championship game, boys' side of the bracket. If we have a game like we just saw in the girls' championship, we are in for a double treat, and I expect nothing less out of these two teams that have met so many times over the years. Early aggressive drive results in a, well, I think they are talking it over. Say who the foul's going to be on. And it's going to be against number 35, Max Johnson. At the line, shooting, it's Jackson Bonzinski. And he makes the first one, nothing but. Breaks the ice on the scoring. Just underway here in quarter number 1. Jackson's second shot, a little bit off the mark. And here come the Wildcats, led by number 24, David Coben. Wildcats wearing their customary home whites, the green trim. Blue Valley Southwest wearing the all dark uniforms. A little bit hard to see those numbers. Call out to athletic directors across the state. That one a little bit shy off the front rim. Here comes Parks, long pass ahead to Bonzinski. There's big Dylan Dunn, 1-3. Tate Everhard pops it back. A little bit off the mark, but Alex Parks keeps it alive. And no walk called. Beneficiary underneath. Number 25, Emmett Peters, he's got a bucket. And the T-Wolves have 3. To the Wildcats, 0. Baseline, short corner, floater, doesn't go. Gets it back to Baylor Bear. He's going to call him Bear from now on. Baylor Bell. Been a long day, folks. Baylor Bell, number 25 on the other end. Relatively quiet in here, but I don't suspect that that's going to last much longer. Here's Tate Everhard. Done for 3. He's got the range, and a little bit of a short arm. It took him a while in the semifinal game to kind of find his stroke. But once he did, he made some huge buckets late in that game to propel them to the championship game that they're in right now over Olathe Northwest. Another classic that you're able to watch here on 810varsity.com. Coben long cross court. Lang squares up for 3.
Off the back iron, going the other way. Here it comes Southwest into the front court. Bonzinski trying to feed Dunn, trying to get him involved early. I suspect that's sort of the strategy for Coach R.J. Palmgren and company. Take advantage of the height advantage that they have over DeSoto. The tallest player on DeSoto's roster that's playing tonight is 6'3" Max Johnson and 6'3" Nick Ogden. Conversely, Dylan Dunn at 6'5", and a whole host of others at 6'3". Emmett Peters, Cooper Reeves, Kate Holmes, who had some fantastic minutes. Now the student section stands up. I'd like to understand what that is. As soon as they score, they stand up? I guess it is. Coben had a little bit of trouble from the charity stripe. The semifinal game. They beat Shawnee Mission North by 22. Rims in and out off the heel. Parks for three. Got it. Alex Parks. Look out if he gets heating up. He's like the microwave. He can heat up in a hurry. And if he does, that's going to spell big trouble for the Wildcats. Baylor Bear. All right, 25 is just Bear. My apologies to the Bell family and Baylor himself. But Bear, part of that play again. Timberwolves. Hey, how about the Bear? Look at him go. Coben behind the back, between the legs. What kind of magic is that? 2-point magic. David Coben. He's got all three for the Wildcats so far. 5:01 left in the first. 6-3 T-Wolves. Oof. And Bear took one right on the chops. Shows what kind of toughness he had. That, you could feel that from way up top. Whew. Got to be a physical game. We expect nothing less. You follow Kansas City area sports over the years, you know the Blue Valley Southwest and this senior class has accomplished many things on the gridiron, the basketball court as well. Saw them down in Emporia last year, the year before that. Here comes Coben. Nick Ogden got ready to check in for the Wildcats. Great job, Fayan. That was a lit. And Mr. Lang has had that issue so far this season. He kind of, his feet and his body quite aren't in sync because he's just so excited. He saw the lane, but he took off before putting the ball down. Travel called. Back to the T-Wolves. 4.5 left in one. Bonzinski. Here's Parks. Kate Holmes into the game. Holmes a little bit off the mark, but guess who's underneath? That's Alex Parks. He's got 5. 5 of the 8 for the T-Wolves. Come at the hand of number 4. That is Blake Miller underneath. Ogden. He is fouled hard. He's going to go to the line. Shoot 2 from the stripe. Coach Rice going to have a word with his star, Coben, over on the sideline. It's always a treat to watch those two because Coben, in many respects, is kind of like a player coach. Comes over, reports what he's seeing, how possibly the team could take advantage of the defense. A lot of respect between those two individuals on the far side. Ogden makes both of them. He's got 2. Bonzinski, floater through the lane, rebound Wildcats. Blake Miller pushes it up, gets it to Coben. Max Johnson looks for a little give and go, wasn't there. Maddox Dow enters the game after that last exchange. Max Johnson tried to work the baseline, but instead hands it off to Ogden. Ogden with a little roll-off. He had a cutter coming through. Nice little Laker cut into the lane. Ricochet off the body. Let's see if they're going to call that on. That could have gone either way. Yeah, they're going to get that. Jackson Reddy going to pick up his first foul already. 3:34 left in the first. Each team with 3 team fouls. Watch that as the game develops. Johnson brings it back up top. Around the arc. Coben sets up in the corner, brings it out to the wing, now back up top. Reverses his dribble, backs it up. To the right side, he's so spectacular in so many areas of the game. That's a good foul. That's a good job by Blake Miller taking advantage of his defender being a little bit off balance. All you youngins out there watching that, ask your coach how to do that, how to take advantage. When your defenders, they're only on one leg or maybe not even on either leg, kind of catch them in the air, that's when you can take advantage of it and get a foul called against them. 8-5, 3-point advantage. The T-Wolves. Coben, floater, off the glass. Bank's not open yet. Here come the T-Wolves. The trailer, Jackson ready. Parks instead, up top. Got a reset, Buzinski. Here's Parks on the near side. Right on the wing. Cross-court pass. Good defensive pressure. Have a matchup zone look by the Wildcats. Outside of a couple early baskets, a little trash underneath. Wildcats are doing a good job squelching the offensive firepower of the T-Wolves. Here come the Wildcats. Kicks it out. Good ball movement. Nick Ogden for three. Heals it. And again, just to point out the physicality of this game. Jackson Reddy, I believe that's going to be his second foul. Indeed it is. And I would suspect that Coach Palmgren's going to call him over to the bench. My old coach, Lonnie Niederhaus, said if you have 2 fouls in the first half, Sean, you were set the bench until after halftime. Needless to say, I spent a lot of time on the bench. What happens when you get really aggressive? Now, we've got a couple of great helpers here from USD 232. We got Hayden and Darren up here. One running the camera, one keeping stats for me as we see Maddox Dow cut it to a 1-point lead for the T-Wolves. Southwest has an ability to put up points in a big kind of hurry. First game out this year, they beat Lawrence 68-58. Then in the first game here in the Hardwood Classic, they defeated Kip Legacy 82-61. And then the game that I talked about a short while ago, Olathe Northwest, fell to the Timberwolves 46-45. That was a hard-fought game. Neither team could really find their offense. It took them most of the game to string together a couple of buckets. Dunn underneath, a little bit short. Lanks right there. No, I beg your pardon, that's Ashton Shepard. Ashton Shepard, 6'4" senior. Trying to equalize the height differential underneath. Coben of the Wildcats, less than 2 to play in the first quarter, down by 1. Neither team with too much of a run yet, lying underneath. There's a good look. That's a great pass to make. He had a couple of options. He had Coben up top, and he could have tossed it to, but instead he went underneath. Ashton Shepard did exactly the right thing. Keep the ball up high. You get the pass. Don't bring it down. Don't dribble it. The bank's open for Mr. Shepard on that free throw shot. Ties it up at 8. First tie since we were underway here at the championship game of the Hardwood Classic. And for the first time, the Wildcats with a 1-point lead. Only one, there's only been one basket, one field goal scored by DeSoto in the first quarter. All other points have come at the free throw line. 5 team fouls already against Blue Valley Southwest. Maddox Dow squares up and he can't get it. But Shepard underneath looking for a little help. Gets the rebound. There's Coben. Off the heel of the rim. Timberwolves trying to retake the lead, or extend their lead. They got a 1-point lead, 10-9 over the home team Wildcats. A little bit short. Tate Everard turns it around. Good job by Holmes to keep it alive. Holmes fake it off the glass. Pete Holmes 6'3" senior. Didn't have a lot about him on the scouting report, but he has a very solid game. Impressive in the semifinal game that you're able to watch here on A10 Varsity. Hey, Bears back in. Lang, Bear to Lang. Lang with his first bucket of the game makes it 11-12. Timberwolves, the team in black, trying to increase that lead. Last 20 seconds of quarter number one, trying to get it up to Bear. He comes back. Coben sizes up the defense. Spread out, but still going to a man, but they've got Dunn parked right at the free throw line. Not going to pull him out too far. Need him underneath. But it did not matter because Maddox Dow sinks a big three to close out the first quarter play here in the championship round of the Hardwood Classic. First quarter score, DeSoto 14, Timberwolves 12. We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. Championship Saturday at A10Varsity.com. We'll be right back.
Get a shake with your points and some fries on the side with your points.
You get more with every order.
Woo! Get a Whataburger or a patty melt or some breakfast with the points.
You get more with every order.
Get a biscuit or a brownie, but no matter what you pick, you get more. Like your favorite Whataburger or whatever, 'cause it all gives you more with Whataburger Rewards.
And one quarter in the books, 14-12. Home team up by 2. Started out a little bit cold, did the Wildcats. Started to kind of find their rhythm towards the latter part of the first quarter. A lot of second chance opportunities as well. But as my man Hayden pointed out earlier, there's only been 2, outside of the final 5, the 2 buckets at the end. 7 points came at the stripe. Here's Coben. Bring it up again, and they're going to get up. Wow, that is a call that I know the Soto fans do not necessarily agree with. But the official had the right vantage point. T-Wolves ball. Bonzinski, who had 31 points in the opening night win over Harmon, held to not quite that many in the semifinal round. Scoreless so far, except for one from the stripe. 14-12. Wildcats up. Parks thought about making his own shot. Thought better of it. Instead, he's going to back it out. And a little bit short. Great hustle by Everhart. Those are the plays that can certainly put a couple of those together and turn the momentum, because right now the momentum certainly pointing in the direction of the team in white. There's Maddox Dow. Gets it over to Lang. You expect him. You knew that's what he's going to do. That's usually a easy money shot for Jaden Lang. Everhart says, hey, you're going to give me the lane. I'm going to take it every day. Heads up play by Mr. Everhart. Ties it up at 14. 6:40 before half. A lot of switching. That's kind of a matchup zone look. To check that out here a little bit more. But it did not stop the Wildcats. And that was an errant pass that was big trouble. Somehow made something out of absolutely nothing. Did the T-Wolves. The result is another bucket and a tie game. Underneath, that's a beautiful play and an even better pass. Jaden Lang hitting on all cylinders early on. Again, for the second time in 3 trips. And Coach Rice says, hey, we need to kind of regroup on defense and stop that from happening for a 3rd time in a row. We're all tied up at 18. Second quarter action here at the Hardwood Classic Championship. You're watching it live on A10Varsity.com. Be right after this.
I'm not coming out until Casey's has thin crust.
Thin crust? Thin crust. He's finally coming down.
The wait is over. Casey's new light and crispy thin crust is here.
All tied up at 18, 5:50, left before halftime. Gonna bring in my man Hayden, who's been crunching some numbers. What do the numbers tell you, my friend?
Yeah, so the numbers tell us that DeSoto has managed to score 7 points, almost a little less than 50% of their total points from the free throw line. And they actually managed to go on a 6-point run in the first quarter.
And there's Bear, number 25, Baylor Bear. There it is, Baylor Bear. My man is just the Bear. Bear down, my man. Clearly my speech impediment, my apologies to the Bell family, Baylor Bell. Said his name for the last 2 years. I can't say it tonight. Must be those blueberry almonds. There's Dylan Dunn. Gets it back up to Bonzinski, who's, again, he's been quiet, and that's the right call. This is the Southwest team that's the style of play that they play, and it's not bad. They just play a very physical brand of ball. Kind of a holdover from the football team. Made it all the way to the semifinals before losing to Mill Valley, but one of the top teams in the state certainly this year. Look to do the same thing on the hardwood. Now, despite, I know you at home can't see it, but I know there's a few of you here listening along on the action at 810 Varsity. The scoreboard, I'm not sure who's operating the scoreboard, but it shows 2 team fouls. That is incorrect. Both teams are in the bonus. Here's Coben. Max Johnson, been a little bit quiet. Lang, get him heated up. The microwave, back at it again. Puts his team up by 5, 23-18. Less than 4.5 to play before a halftime break. Dylan Dunn gets it back up to Bonzinski, and he's going to have to try to make something happen, and he does. Showing off his stroke that led to 31 points in the first round game. Dueling big baskets. Lang feeling it, little give and go, wanted the ball back. Instead, going to take it himself is Max Johnson. 6'3" junior. Talked to a couple of coaches about I said, hey, who's that player on the team that has made the biggest jump from last year? And they said, well, Max Johnson. He's been working on his craft quite a bit. He has come ready to play this year, and we have seen that on both ends of the court. Here's Lang. Back to the aforementioned Johnson. Here's Ogden. Lang. Ogden for 3. Easy money. Number 11. Nick Ogden. Utah, what he just did. Get it? Ogden, Utah. Okay. Hey, how about that? Jackson Bonzinski. There's 6 off of 2 trays. In the past 40 seconds, 28-27, 3:16 left before halftime. You're watching live only on the FHS Network. We'll be right back. Michael Jackson bringing us out of the break. 28-27, 3:12, 3:11 to go in quarter number 2. Coben Ogden play a little bit of catch up top. Back into the game is Blake Miller. Lang says, well, if you're going to give me the shot, I'm going to take it every time. Short arms it just slightly. Doesn't get to the right side of the rim for the Wildcats. Here come the T-Wolves. I like to listen to the coaches, see what they're hollering out. Don't hear a lot out of Coach Rice right now. He seems to be pretty complacent, pretty satisfied. I can assure you if he needs to be a little more vocal, he will. Here's Coben. Reddy thought about reaching in across the body. Good thing he didn't. There's Blake Miller just off the mark on his 3-ball attempt. 28-27, 2:15. There's a block underneath by Ogden. They get a foul. Max Johnson, that is his second foul, first half. At the line is Cade Holmes. Mentioned Mr. Holmes earlier. Very impressive. A big part of the defensive effort to keep the Ravens from Olathe Northwest from scoring that final point in the waning seconds of that contest. To preserve victory for the Timberwolves and an opportunity to play for a championship here today. Head coach R.J. Palmgren in for Coach Dustin Lechner. Doing a great job filling in while Coach Lechner is out. We wish him the best. His great family, and many of you follow the story. If you're not familiar, you can certainly ask the old Googles for the Caringbridge site for Coach Lechner. That's a strong play by Blake Miller. Oftentimes you see the younger, and he's a junior, or excuse me, a senior, so he's been through the battles. Miller makes it through. Wildcats with a 1-point lead again. 40 degrees outside, friends. Heating up here. Only 1 point between the two and another offensive foul. Friends, I'm out of space on my sheet. I usually keep team fouls on my own, but Blue Valley Southwest playing a little bit fast and loose. Not sure that's going to bode well in the second half. Things kind of get tightened up. More tight than they already are with a 1-point advantage for the Wildcats. Great to see so many people braving the chillier weather. Coming out here and supporting local high school teams up and around. Another bucket by Coben. Coben got just a little too aggressive. He tried to bring that one back in a hurry, thinking that, well, maybe the official won't see that. Kind of like a snake, you know, the tongue of a snake. Just back out and in. Now, I'm not calling him a snake. Not like in a bad way. Bonzinski, 6-foot senior, off to a great start this season. You can tell that he has worked on his craft. That is a smooth-looking stroke. Gets the roll, the bounce, and a point. Back to 2 for the Wildcats. Blake Miller down in the corner for Lang. Cuts through to Bear, back up top. Lang reverses it, gets it to Bear. Good defense being applied by the T-Wolves. Hard to stop that. Blake Miller, trifecta. Bonzinski thought about taking the lane. Again, if they're going to give it to him, he's going to take it every time. Off-balance shot. That is a tough shot. Maybe ill-advised, but again, you're not going to make any of the shots you don't take. Here comes Lang. Pushing it forward, looking for a little help. He's got Bear, left wing, back up top. Coben being pressured hard. Watch out there. Baylor Rank. And another three. It's raining threes into Soto High. 37-29. Coach R.J. Palmgren just going to let this one play out for the final 17-16 of the second quarter. His team's down by 8. Doesn't want to get that lead any wider. Here's Bonsinski. Is he calling for a clear out? We'll see. 5 seconds. 4. Stops at the free throw line. Off balance shot. Off the mark. And no time left on the clock. Buzzer doesn't buzz. But the officials signaling that that's going to do it for the first half of play here from DeSoto. Your halftime score, 37 for the home team, 29 for the T-Wolves. Championship game action here live only on NFHO. I beg your pardon. On 810 Varsity. Words are hard. 810varsity.com. We'll be back with halftime stats and more. That's exactly right, Hayden. This is the banjo playing. Get enough gruff for my background music, and he decided to mix it up a little bit. Not sure who it is on the banjo, but better job than I can do. Speaking of better jobs than I can do, these coaches and players out here entertaining us with their skills. 2 quarters in, we got 2 more to go. What was the good news that you heard from the doctor? Say congratulations, you do not have a 2 more. Okay, all right. How about some first half stats instead of some meager attempts at jokes? So we're back underway. Going into the break, Soto was hanging on to a 37-29 lead. Coming out of the break, same score. Coben says, I think I'd like to have it in double digits. So he does it himself. Emmett Peters, Alex Parks. Timberwolves going to have to get a little more balanced scoring. Get the hot hand heated up. There's one of them on the right corner being guarded by Lang. Cutting through. That is a beautiful looking cut. Not sure. I mean, he started off way outside of the arc. I thought we were looking at a possible alley-oop. Good job by Coach R.J. Palmgren, seeing something that Timberwolves could exploit. Always some of my best part of any good game is seeing the adjustments that the coaching staff makes. After halftime, 39-31. After those 2 shots, back to an 8-point spread for the Wildcats. Here's Bear on the far side. Poked away, salvaged by Coben. He's going to bring it back, and behind his back, kicks it out. Bear for 3. He got it. Bell for 3. Biggest lead of the game. for the Wildcats. And that is going to go to the way of the Wildcat. Did you know that's also the name of a Louis L'Amour book, The Way of the Wildcat? Hayden just looks at me like, who's Louis L'Amour? I know. Blake Miller throws it into Coben. Just underway here in quarter number 3. To start quarter number 3, it's been all DeSoto so far. Coben, 3, short arms it, a little bit off. Here comes Bozinski. Good around the arc, ball movement. Off the heel of the rim, but offensive rebound, fortuitous bounce. Here, Coach Rice. Love that guy. He's as passionate and as caring as any coach that you will see anywhere. Just like so many of the coaches here, there's a great look. Can't finish it up, but he'll have another chance. Will Jackson ready? And he finds somehow, and again, they cannot get those Ducks to go. The lid is on the basket on the right side of your screen for the T-Wolves. Coben thought about a 3. He's got such a good first step. Kicks it out to Bear in the right corner, back up top, all the way around the world. Now Coben, baseline drive, short corner, up and in by Lang. But credit Mr. 24, David Coben, for feeding Mr. Lang that juicy, delicious assist. And Lang said, hey, this is nice and easy. Laid it up and in. Long shot by Reddy. He's starting to warm up. Or I beg your pardon, Emmett Peters. Emmett, don't call me Jackson Reddy. Peters. You know Emmett Peters is 6'3" senior. I think he just scored another touchdown against DeSoto's football team for 2 years ago. Scoring explosion. Right corner again. Little heat check. Oh, that is a gorgeous pass. Cut the highlight reel. David Coben with an NBA-like pass. Shades of magic. To be able to have the court vision, but then the skill to execute a pass like that. Not too many people around these parts that can pull that off, but Mr. 24 can. David Coben. There's Parks, floater. Can't sting like a bee that time, but he floats it in, back up top. They're going to reset. Round the horn, use the 6-man. That's a dangerous play. You see that an awful lot, and unfortunately players start too close to the baseline. They don't turn their body quite right to give them just a little advantage, and they end up being in no man's land, floating out of bounds. Here's Eli Mick. Eli Mick, 6-foot sophomore. He had some great minutes the first half. Played extensively in the semifinal game as well. Alex Parks looking for a little give and go. Ted Everhard gets it out to Mick. Turns it around. Everhard, you knew exactly what he was going to do given the opportunity. He loves to slice the defense. Right up through the lane, make his own shot up and in. Back to a 10-point advantage for the Wildcats. Great ball movement. A lot sharper passes this second half. Right there it is again. So, in that first half, Blue Valley Southwest with 10 team fouls. There are 4. 4 T-Wolves with 2 fouls. That being Everard, Alex Parks, Cade Holmes, Jackson Reddy. Coben, twist, turns around, draws the foul. He's going to be shooting to another foul. Let's see who this is going to be on. Only his first for Cooper Reeves. At the stripe is Coben. Memory serves correctly, David Coben struggled at the stripe in the semifinal game. I think he went 0 for from the line so far in this game. A little bit better. That one heels out. Tries to follow his own shot, get his own rebound. Not there. Here come the T-Wolves. There's Mick. Heels it out. Trapped in the corner, nowhere to go. Mick's going to bring it out. Good job. And he's doing a good job of keeping his arm up there. They're going to warn him about that once or twice before calling a foul. You can get that arm bar up there. That's one of the points of emphasis. Let's see what Coben, are they going to foul him? You know it. And that is 12th, 13th. That is the 13th foul. Third foul of the second half for the Timberwolves. 2 more. That is the second foul on Mick. In the limited time he's had out there so far. Beautiful look. Miller can't convert, but guess who's underneath to clean up the mess? Max Johnson. Said it in the first half. Coach is excited with his development, turning into a great player, and we see exactly why they say what they do. That's another real close one of those needless fouls that Southwest has been committed. Now, some of them are good, hard fouls, but just pulling off the top of my head, I got to think about a third of those are completely unnecessary. They get burnt or something, and that's, kind of a last grasp to try to quell the momentum, and they end up fouling. Doesn't bode well for their chances here in the second half. Right now, Wildcats up by 13, going wild on the T-Wolves. You got a front row seat to the action. Right here, A10varsity.com. We'll be right back.
I'm not coming out until Casey's has thin crust.
Thin crust? Thin crust. He's finally coming down.
The wait is over. Casey's new light and crispy thin crust is here.
That's exactly right, friends. The 9th of December, do you have your Christmas shopping done? Well, you're running out of time. But we certainly have a gift right in front of us. These two teams doing battle as they have so many times over the year. Coben in a little bit of trouble on that baseline. Great little head fake. Lang, floater. Short arms at this time, it goes in for him. 51-36. T-Wolves really in danger letting this one get away from them. Let's see what kind of adjustments Coach Palmgren makes after that timeout. 3 ball, is that Holmes? Hard to see. I beg your pardon, that's Bonzinski. Underneath, you got to go up with that, young man. The end result was what they wanted. But don't put the ball back on the ground. If you're a big guy watching this and you're still developing your game, don't put it on the ground. Go straight back up. It's already right there. Draw a foul if you need to. Lang almost lost the handle. Less than 2 to play here in quarter number 3, 51-38. Blake Miller being guarded by Parks. Another foul, another needless foul. They got to tighten it up a little bit. Here comes Everard back into the contest, as well as number 13, big 6'5", Dylan Simone winner Dunn. How special was he? What a treat it was to watch him on the gridiron. He's going to find himself a good school to continue his playing career. No doubt about that. Whatever school ends up getting him is going to be pretty darn happy. And the Wildcats are happy after seeing Lang again. Lang's having himself quite the night. There's a nice move by Everard. It's a next level play right there, young man. Well done. 13 points. Wildcats up. 114-113. Baseline kicks it back out. Blake Miller for 3. Blake Miller for 3. Now, Coach Rice calls the timeout. Not really sure why, but I think he probably saw something he didn't like, and he wanted to let his team know that, hey, this is a coachable, teachable moment. Coach Palmgren says, thank you, Coach Rice. Take advantage of that. You see both those coaches doing what they can to give the last-minute instruction. Hopefully get their team over the hump. Right now, Wildcats well in control, up by 16, kind of what they did against Shawnee Mission North. Started out a little bit sluggish, found themselves down a couple of times, and then they just started playing fundamental Matt Rice kind of ball. Great ball movement, being smart, limit the turnovers, try to force a few of their own, and we have seen that. Here's Bonzinski, leading scorer of the tournament coming into this game. Being guarded by Lang, nice screen set up. Credit the defense, the man-to-man defense. The T-Wolves really haven't able to crack, but that's one way to do it. Keep him honest, and Parks should have been called for that one, but he doesn't. Here come the Wildcats, Max Johnson. Back up to Coben. Taking his time. No hurry, 32, 31. Coben thought about a three. Gonna back it out, and now's when he seen him turn around and pop one from 9. Oh, I love that, Max Johnson. That's exactly right. I love that even more, Alex Parks. Nicely done. Doesn't need to do anything flashy. Just good hard work, giving his T-Wolves a fighting chance. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Coben floats it off the glass. He draws the foul. No surprise there. That's going to put, I think that's going to be the 5th foul this half against the Timberwolves. It's a shooting foul. It's going to be shooting 2 anyway. This is something you don't like to see. 24 coming up a little bit lame, but he's going to pull a Clay Thompson, and he's going to gut it out and shoot his free throws. Would expect Coach Rice to set down his star floor general. Misses another one. Just letting you know right now, Coben family, that this young man's probably going to spend an awful lot of time this coming week in the gym doing nothing but standing at the stripe. Coben starting to walk off. Long shot, way short. And after 3 quarters of play, the home team, the Wildcats of DeSoto, up by 15, 57-42. The Timberwolves of Blue Valley Southwest. And you're watching live on A10 Varsity. We'll be right back. Christmas music. Who doesn't love Christmas music? I'm getting some scowls around here. I don't like that. Spirit of the season, folks. The season of tournament play all over the land. Number of tournaments going on throughout the entire Kansas City area. We're going to have more coming up soon. The A10 Varsity Showcase will take place at Shawnee Mission Northwest next weekend. Be sure to check Twitter, or I guess formerly known as Twitter, now X, at A10 Varsity for information on that tournament. That is going to be a full slate. Teams coming in from all over the state. McPherson, a lot of teams around this area as well. That is always a great time, and house is going to be packed. Be able to check it out too if you're far away. If you're in town, you might want to spend a couple hours and check out some top. When I say top, I'm talking about some of the top teams in the area. The A-10 Varsity Showcase next Sunday, Saturday. Not Sunday. Saturday. Sunday Mission Northwest. There's Bear. Lang that so fast, that first step. He is feeling it tonight. Jaden Lang. This Wildcat team can get him to repeat this hot-handed shooting and give. Now that's, again, I think I called that. That's been something that's been brewing for quite some time. And I thought that'd be called a long time ago, but you just can't get that arm. 5 years ago, maybe, but that's just way too aggressive. And that's going to be the 4th foul on Tate Everhart. And he's going to have a seat on the bench over there next to Coach R.J. Palmgren. Timberwolves, as I said, coming into this game, 3-0. Last year, they had a record of 14-8. They lost to Capon in the first round of state down in Emporia. Had a chance to call that game with my good friend Chance Lebo out of ESPN Wichita. Capon went on to defeat Timberwolves and were state runners-up. Fantastic tournament last year in Emporia. Both of these teams that we're watching here, obviously a lot of areas to improve on, which is one of those great benefits of an early season tournament like this, to play some of the top competition from around the area, have kind of different styles of play, different looks, give you an idea of kind of those areas of your game and of the team that you need to kind of hone in on a little bit and fine-tune. But both of these squads have the athleticism to make a run deep into March. Beautiful pass. I almost thought Coburn was another great pass. Nick Ogden to Lang. Woo! Crosses it over. Jaden Lang. 6-foot junior. There's a pretty three. Bonzinski says, hey, Lang, I see ya. That's a pretty shot, but I can make pretty shots as well. Here comes Coburn. Looks like no ill effects from maybe kind of tweaking that ankle a little bit. Sure he'll get a little ice tonight. Lang again, another floater. My goodness. Somebody needs to check him. I mean, he's like a machine. He's like a robot tonight. That robot is programmed to do nothing but make buckets. Not like the type that you hold on to, but I'm talking about buckets, baskets. Ball through the hoop. Leather through the cylinder. Timberwolves haven't had quite enough of that tonight. If they could trade their fouls for points, well, we'd have a whole different ball game off the heel. How about Parks underneath? And again, a duck. My goodness, seriously? You just feel for the guy. And yeah, you're exactly right there, Mr. Dunn. You just stand there and you think, are you kidding me? Well, there's Bonzinski. He's going to make up for it. But good grief. I mean, you just feel for number 13. And Dylan Dunn knows that at some point he's going to get out of that little slump, and those little bunnies underneath are going to go through the cylinder. So many of those look like they are halfway in, and then somehow an invisible hand just kind of grabs that ball and pulls it back out. The opposite of just when you thought I was out, they pull me back in. Just when they thought it was in, they pull it back out. Anyway, 63-52, T-Wolves not going away. Still plenty of time. Just chipping away, and Bonzinski's starting to get hot. He's hit a couple of threes here in this fourth quarter, giving Southwest a fighting chance. But every time they go on a little run, Jaden Lang and company, which usually I would say David Coburn and company, but tonight, quite frankly, Jaden Lang has earned that title of kind of being the lead dog, the lead Wildcat, I should say. That was also a good time to thank everybody here at DeSoto High School for their fantastic hospitality all week long. Athletic Director Michelle Mages does a wonderful job putting this all together. There's Coburn working through the defense, threading the needle. Ooh, I like that move. Take advantage of the defense being off, and that's probably one that could have been called. Ooh, I love that one coming through. Max Johnson. Have yourself a night, young man. Who are you going to give the MVP to of this game so far? Bonzinski says, hey, I'm still in the running here, and yes, he is. He wants that rock. So good players do. He's feeling it. Yeah, you knew he was going to square up. Does not get the roll. As time it goes, rolls right into Nick Ogden's hands. Here comes Lang pushing it up. Wildcats. No signs of slowing down. They are playing to win, not to lose. Lang, free throw line. Ooh, Maddox Dow had a little bunny there. Instead, passes it up. I like that play. But Jackson Bonzinski does not like that call. That's only his second relatively clean game for number 2. The 6-foot senior. Sure like his game. He's one of those heady players. Sees things happen before they do. Seems to always be in the right place at the right time. Good job using your body, Max Johnson. Not too much where you pick up a foul, but just enough. Love the ball movement. And it just seems that the Wildcats are like a half a step faster. Not by much. I think that's the right call. That's, from up here at least, I know that the Southwest Faithful would respectfully disagree. Nick Ogden takes a seat. And again, they're still messing around underneath. Going to hear another whistle, I would suspect, as soon as those two get together again. Let's figure out who they are. Max Johnson found the hot hand as well. There's Lang right there. It's exactly who I was talking about, Mr. Mick. You knew that was coming. Appreciate, and I respect the hustle, young man. Keep grinding, my man. You're only a sophomore. Keep doing what you're doing. Just refine that just a little bit. Don't be quite so handsy. That is his 4th foul. Less than 4 to go in quarter number 4. 16 to those two. Separate the two teams. DeSoto, 3.5 away from claiming the championship trophy. Oh, help him up. I always like to call out sportsmanship. Just leave it at that. 68-52, 3-3-3. Some symmetry there. That doesn't give you a license to start dancing. It's a good thing, some broadcast, the broadcasters love to see themselves on air, and they'll have a little camera, and they'll cut to them every once in a while. All I can say is I am so glad that we don't have a camera up here for the people at home to see you. I'm not even sure you can call that dancing, my man. That is Hayden, our statistician. Everhart, Euro step in, yanked out. Gosh. Going to be a foul against Joshua Otterbaum. And Joshua had a fantastic game in the semifinals. He was a gritty player on defense. Had a couple of really nice shots as well. You know what, you youngsters that are watching, it's okay to play rough. If you happen to knock someone down, it's all right. Extend a hand. Help him up. Jaden Lang. Another foul. Another shot through. 17 points. You know what time it is, Hayden? Do you know what time it is?
Game time?
It's pie time. 3:14.
Close enough.
3:14 in the 4th. That's all we have here on Championship Saturday. It's been a treat to have you with us here on A10 Varsity. The line going to be shoot a couple. Jaden Lang, after the official checks over the ball. Make sure there's nothing sticking out of it that shouldn't be. Played in a game back in high school where one of those smooth thumbtacks had somehow gotten embedded in a ball. Tell me how there was a thumbtack out on the floor, but whatever. Here's Mick. Falls down hard. Hopefully he's all right. Good job, 35. Max Johnson, hats off to you, young man. Love to see you extend that arm, help out your adversary from Southwest. Clean foul, nothing malicious. It's all right to help him out. It's what good sportsmanship's all about. Makes the first one to Eli Mick. $17, make it 16 points. Lead for the Wildcats. Now you're starting to see the frustration fouls become more apparent. Double bonus, I believe double bonus now the rest of the way, or was that 7, 6? I'm not really sure. But what I am sure about, Soto has 3 minutes and 2 seconds. And Mr. Cope, now he's got the yips. Now I think it's into his head. So uncharacteristic for 24. That one up and over and through. Love to see him hustle back. Look at that. He's at the free throw line. He's the first Wildcat back on the other side of the floor. Reminiscent of the Blue Valley Northwest girls that we saw in the championship game, the buzzer beater. Shout out Ella Burvey. That one's going to be trouble. Mr. Copeland better look out. One of those ticky-tack needless fouls. Going to call his way. There's Mick using that arm again. I think the official's just trying to get out of this one. 2:50 left here in the fourth. Blake Miller to throw it in. Gets it to Coben. Coben could use some help, but he doesn't need it. He just broke through 3. Thread, that's even a better pass. Are you kidding me? Oh, that's just fantastic. Hey, how about that pickpocket? The thievery by the T-Wolves. Mick puts it up and in. Coach Palmgren and company, I think they might be kind of reserved to the fact that this is not their night. No foul call, and again, the officials aren't going to call it at this point. 15 points. DeSoto just trying to get out of this one without any injuries. And Lang, tipped by Mick. Mick's got a way about him, though, that, you know, the best defenders do. It's like his arms sometimes grow 2, 3, 4 inches when he's aggressively defending. Like the arm kind of comes out of socket, kind of extends a little bit further.
It's farther. Go Gadget arm, that's all I know.
Go Gadget, don't steal my line. Do not steal my line. Hey, there's Bear. There's Lang, passed up an opportunity to get it to Maddox Dow. Instead, they're just going to play a little safety ball. Less than 2 minutes to play. 15 points. DeSoto ahead of Blue Valley Southwest. Maddox Dow kicks it out to Bear. Right wing, long 3, off the heel. Offensive rebound. Sometimes things are, yeah, you had to call that one. You got to call some of those before it gets out of hand. Officials doing a fine job of letting them play for the most part, but some of those fouls, just a little bit too. I think Lang's gonna have to get checked out. Looking for the trainer, I think. Little scratch, little scrape. Shows you how physical this game has been. Up and through. Maddox Dow gets on the board. Championship game. Pass to the wrong color. There's Coben. Going to bring it up 121, 121-19. My goodness. Putting on a clinic. See, there's Bear over there trying to play a little keep away. Maddox Dow underneath. Look at there, Max Johnson. Oh, man. That is going to be the 5th foul. I believe that will be coming up to be the 5th foul against DeSoto. That is the 3rd foul on Max Johnson. 1 minute to play. Championship Saturday. Long 3. Lisinski a little bit shy. And, of course, the customary chant. The home crowd letting the visiting team know what they did, as if they needed to be reminded. Can't we all just be friends here? Cheer for each other, right? There's no losers, only winners, and those that tried really hard, right? Next, we're going to have 5 minutes of talking politics and religion here on A10 Varsity. Talk about the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, Hamas? No, of course not. This is one of those getaways, if you will. Sports can still be that, as long as we let it be that. And the role players coming in for each team, both coaches sending the sign that they know the outcome before it is final. Maddox down makes it. Back in Ashton Shepard. We see Wesley Abraham in for the T-Wolves. Cooper Reeves back in. Baylor Rank, believe the younger brother of Q Rank. Great star athlete. Cooper Reeves kind of lost the handle on that pass. Might have been a little bit too hot and off the mark. 33 seconds left. Here comes Coben being pressured. Love to see that defensive pressure. That's Joshua Arnold. Drew Parks, the backup quarterback that was thrusted into starting responsibility. The starting quarterback for the football team went out. Things getting just a little bit sloppy here in the last 3-4 seconds. Hey, there's a nice 3 by Joshua Otterbrum to finish it off and give the visiting team 60, but that's not going to do it because the home team has 76. And DeSoto, the Wildcats, are your 2023 Hardwood Classic champions here at DeSoto High. We're going to keep it right here through the award ceremony, the presentation of the trophies, as well as the medals. But on behalf of my good friends, USD 232 students, Darren and Hayden, as well as Charlotte, appreciate your great help. As well as those back at the A10 Varsity Mothership. We got Reese. Got my man Nolan, so many others that help make this possible. My name's Sean Brewer. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Leave it to the presentation, the awards to the champions and the runners-up. Once again, your final score, DeSoto 76, Valley Southwest 60. 2023 Hardwood Classic is a wrap.
Seniors, please step forward to receive your trophy. Once again, congratulations to the Timberwolves on your second place finish and best of luck for the remainder of your season. And now, DeSoto High School and Great American Bank would also like to congratulate your DeSoto Wildcats as the champions of the 2023 Hardwood Classic. Congratulations, Wildcats. And now, players and coaches, please remain standing and direct your attention to center court for the recognition of the Hardwood Classic All-Tournament Team. All-Tournament team members in attendance should come forward to receive or to be recognized when your name is called. From Kip Legacy, Kenneth Smith. From Blue Valley Southwest, Tate Everard. Kid Legacy, Vincent Mons. From Topeka High, DeMichael Hales. From Olathe Northwest, Gavin Poppin. From Shawnee Mission North, Alex Casares. From the Soto, Jaden Lang. From Lafayette, Antonio Williams. From Blue Valley Southwest, Jackson Bonzinski. And this year's Hardwood Classic Most Valuable Player is David Coleman from the Soto. Let's give another round of applause